What up, y'all? DCFAYGOGUY. Today we're going to be taking a look at Insane Clown Posse's featuring Freshness. A little spin-off from Forgotten Freshness, but it all fits together in its own little way. This actually came out in 2011. When it first came out, I had no intentions at all of picking it up. Years went by, I never had any intentions of picking it up. But I recently found a Blaze Ya Dead Homie Gang Rags Extended CD lot that had that CD, it had featuring Freshness, and it had a VIP laminate in it for only $17. This CD, as well as the Gang Rags, were new, they were sealed, so I went ahead and bought it for the Gang Rags CD. They had this in there. I decided, you know what, fine. I just basically got 2 CDs for a hell of a deal. I'll take it. Why not? I'll add it to the collection. We'll throw it in there. And as I get this and I actually start looking into it, I realize this CD actually is a little bit better than I even originally thought. It actually ties in really well with Forgotten Freshness. It says right there, rare, hard to find, lost, and scrapped features. I don't really know about that. There's a lot of features on here that are not that hard to find, but this is kind of actually a really dope release that they put out. This is kind of like a greatest hits in a way. I'm not a big fan of greatest hits albums. If I'm actually following an artist and I'm buying all their albums, greatest hit albums to me they're not worth picking up because I've already got all the songs, I've already got all the releases. To me, greatest hit albums are if you like an artist but you don't like a full-length album by an artist, but you like miscellaneous songs. Chances are the greatest hits are going to contain a majority of the songs you like. Most cases that's true. Pointing example, the only Korn CD that I own is their greatest hits album that came out back in, what, 2004? So just a little case in point right there. Same way with Collective Soul. I've got a Collective Soul greatest hits album. Anyway, enough talking about that. Let's jump right into this and actually show you everything. Here you got a bunch of names of artists that they've done tracks with, which is pretty sweet. I like the way they put this album together. So let's take a look at the back. The back, it's a 2-disc. Disc 1 is Family. Disc 2 is Homies. So disc 1, the track listing is Lady and a Jaguar, which is Boondocks and ICP. Put It Down, which is Jamie Madrox featuring Blaze and actually Violent J. Keep It Wicked, ABK featuring ICP. The Party, ICP featuring DJ Clay. Marsh Lagoon, Twisted featuring ICP. Gang Related, ABK and ICP. The Gathering, The Dayton Family featuring ICP. Birthday, Blaze featuring ICP. This Bitch, Twisted featuring I'm not sure. You know, I really don't know why they say that one is that way. This Bitch, isn't that off of Jamie Madrox's Fatso? Pretty sure that was just Jamie and Paul. I don't know. I guess I'm about to go listen to it now. Always Fucking With Us, Twisted featuring Shaggy 2 Dope. Whoop, which is DJ Clay featuring ICP and AMB. I Don't Care, which is technically a Dark Lotus track. Nightline, which is Axe Murder Boys featuring ICP. Hound Dogs, Twisted featuring Blaze and ICP. Kept Grindin', which has the entire Hatchet family from 2008. Disc 2, which is Homies, has I Shot a Hater, ICP featuring 3-6 Mafia and Twisted. The original Killjoy Club, if you will. I really feel like Twisted should be in the Killjoy Club. I don't know why. House of Mirrors, which is ICP and Capital E. Dead End, ICP and Ice-T. Bitches, ICP and ODB. Nobody Move, ICP and Mac 10. Is That You Remix, ICP featuring Kid Rock. Shaggy Show, ICP featuring Snoop Dogg. Truth Dare, ICP featuring Brian Abrams. I did not know that. Madhouse, ICP featuring Tech 9. Out There featuring ICP featuring Bushwick Bill. Swallow This Nut, ICP featuring Fresh Kid Ice, Fish and Grits, MC Breed, and Vanilla Ice. Let's Toast, ICP featuring Afro Man. Underground Hot Street Banger, ICP featuring Tone Tone. Danger Party, ICP featuring Big Hutch. Surviving the Game, ICP featuring Paris. So, a lot of songs that most ninjas have most likely heard. They're thrown in on one disc. It's kind of cool in a way. You don't have to go listen to those specific albums to hear these tracks. Now you get it on one ICP album. I feel like there's one thing I wish they would have done with this versus this. I think they should have. This would have been like really far out there, guys. I'm really getting, I know people were going to comment and say, well, this is why they didn't do it like that, and I'm aware of it. I'm just saying this would have been cool if this is the way it went down. If they actually reached out to all the ninjas they've been on songs with, you know what I mean? For instance, you get a hold of Chris Calico, you get a hold of Prozac, you get the songs that they did on their albums, and they put it on this as a compilation. Obviously, you know, giving them royalties for it, but that to me would be cool. Every song they've done with other artists. You know, I mean, you got Lady and a Jaguar here, right at the top. That's okay, you know, because instead of listening to a Boondocks album, now you can listen to an ICP album and still get that fucking ICP track. You know what I mean? Does that make sense at all? Instead of doing it like this, I feel like they should have gotten permission to use those songs, putting them in a compilation. Maybe put it out as a mixtape style. I don't know. That's just kind of how I feel like this album would have been doper, because there are tracks out there that are not on this. So maybe they could do a volume 2. Big, for instance, is Just Another Crazy Click, which was the first song that ICP and Twisted did with 3 6 Mafia. That song is the shit. They have that actually on Forgotten Freshness Volume 3 if you don't know, but that's one of the for instances I'm talking about, putting those kind of tracks together on a featuring Freshness. That to me would be the shit. So let's open it right up. Nothing to the back here. You got some photos of ICP, of course, in true Forgotten Freshness style. You got disc 1 and you got disc 2, and that is the back of the inside. That is all there is to it. So, like I said, I was actually a little more impressed with this album than originally when it first came out. My impressions were, not picking it up. I didn't pick it up. I just now got this motherfucker. And I'm really surprised by the way this was put together. And I'm actually going to probably enjoy it. I haven't listened to it yet. Listen to the flow of everything. See how maybe they've edited some of the songs together. But, yeah, I'm going to give it a listen. I would say, if you don't have it, maybe think about it. Just think about it. I don't think it's a it's not a necessity to have, because you can find most of these tracks elsewhere. I think there's only 3 or 4 brand new tracks on this, and that was on the disc 2. It was like the last 3 or 4 tracks: Let's Toast, Underground, Hot Street Banger, Danger Party, and Surviving the Game. So those are the only 4 new tracks on this. The rest of them can be found elsewhere, and I'm sure 95% of all ninjas have heard them elsewhere. So it's really up to you if you want it. I went ahead and picked it up, added it to mine, so fuck it, it's in the collection now. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.